Lovely way of doing a menu screen. Nowhere. Lost memories. Okie dokie. Let us have a little bit of a start. So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Nowhere. Lost memories. It appears to be an interesting sort of little mystery game, as it were. Where am I? Am I at home? No, I don't think so. I feel sad. Like something terrible has happened. It is probably whatever knocked down this bridge and brought on this horrible fog. Dear oh dear oh dear. Right, okay, so yeah. I'm sorry, what? Can we just explore the bounce physics again? Those bounce figures are bizarre. Right, never mind, not figures, I meant physics. Okay, right, so I don't really know much about this game, other than the fact that we've just found the door from the loading screen. Where are we? I feel like we're like at Helm's Deep or something like that, some sort of big castle. Can I go inside? It's very dramatic. Ah, a clock. And a tiny clock. Presumably for tall people and for short people, because everybody deserves to know what time it is. You can get to your tall person meetings and your short person meetings. Equally on time. Okay, can I use this box in order to access this? But yeah, I don't really know anything about this game. It was a bit cryptic on its page. Talking about solving enigmas, sort of a bit of a mystery's going on, and you're not the only person that's been here. It looks like a small clock. That's exactly what it looks like, my friend. Can I move the hands or anything? It would seem not. I think I can move the needles by hand. Oh, okay. No, it would seem I can't. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I can pick a time. Alright, I could have, but it seems to have changed its mind now. Nothing happens. Okay, so presumably I need to find like a little time and a big time, possibly for that one, and that one doesn't have any hands on it. Maybe if I set the correct time, something interesting will happen. It seems like there's a house here I can go to. Hello? I have come for a visit. Is there anybody here to welcome me? No? Well, in that case, I'm going to steal your chair as recompense. Might come in handy for standing on to read something later. Read something on top of a cupboard, perhaps. What is this? Being all alone here in this empty town is driving me mad. I'm writing this so that I can feel like I'm writing this for someone and to help me feel less alone. It has been days since I awoke on the bridge, and I do not remember how I arrived here. It's strange. Perhaps someone just left me here. The door I entered through the town closed behind me, and now I am trapped all alone. The only company I have is the incessant wind, which will not stop blowing. I am finding signs that there were people here before me, and it seems as though I'm not the only person to have been trapped here. I see. Can we confirm the, yes, I can confirm the pattern has continued. The door has shut behind me. Okay, then. So it appears many past folks have lived and died here. It is not from this world. Are we even sure that this world is the world we're used to being in? Because that's a very distinct possibility that we're in its world, not it's in our world. I've barely been able to sleep. There is something wrong with this place that I didn't notice at first. It's never night. I can't keep track of the time, but I think I've been here for at least 2 days, and it's always light outside. I have to get out of here. I think I'll go insane. If I don't, this place will consume me. There is another door alongside the wall. I think this is my way out. There must be a way to open it. I have to get back as soon as possible. My wife and son are probably worried about me. Indeed. I see. So, what you're telling me is there's no day-night cycle. Can I... Oh, okay. I was going to ask if we could open a drawer, not could we throw around some IKEA furniture, but, you know, to each their own. Okay. Can I access any of the other houses? No, this one seems to be locked. I'm guessing they're probably all going to be locked. Oh no, I was going to say they're probably going to be locked unless I can see through the windows. But then again, it seems the windows are one way. Okay then. Let's have a little explore around the town and see what sort of real estate we're working with here. So what sort of capacity... That's a lot more modern than everything else around here. And that looks like something for a platforming exercise. So there's another door here. Right, I can't get through there. There's not even a handle on this to let me through. Oh, there was a code on the back here. 1984. What happened in 1984? I have no idea. I can think of no major historical events that occurred in 1984. Cue somebody telling me a massive historical event which occurred in 1984, which I really should remember. I feel like something did happen, but I don't know what. Maybe it was a quiet year. We haven't had one of them for a long time. It will never let me go. Or is this like a water fountain? Can I get some water? An old fountain, but no water comes out. It is completely dry. Well, that's a shame. I'm going to get a bit thirsty then, aren't I? Can't go without your water. Can't let oneself get dehydrated. This looks like a little church, perhaps, judging by the long windows and the shape of the roof. Anything around the back? Any more secrets? Oh gosh, that is definitely some sort of code, isn't it? So when they were talking about solving enigmas, they were being quite literal. Right, let's use a wide aspect ratio on that. Thank you very much. That'll do nicely. I don't know what this is. It's like a formula. It's like R multiplied by F subscript P times N subscript E. F subscript L, F subscript I, subscript G, and L. It's almost like a mathematical formula rather than anything else. Ooh. Hello, friend. You seem oddly familiar from somewhere, but I don't know where. No hope. No hope. No hope. None at all. Do you know what the writing on the wall reminds... The writing on the wall tells me I should have given up on this years ago. But, the writing on the wall reminds me very much of the Sierra Madre in the Dead Money DLC of Fallout New Vegas. There's lots of writing on the wall in another town which you couldn't escape, or at least you thought you couldn't escape. At least it didn't. It wasn't really very happy about letting you escape. Oh, okay. There's the formula again, but it's a lot clearer this time. I'm gonna have that one instead, actually, because that'll be a lot easier to read. Yeah, that town was also sort of perpetually twilight, which this one is also perpetually monolit. Can I get in here? No, I can't. Okay, this is a little bit mysterious because it seems like is a lie. What is a lie? I thought you were saying 15 is a lie then at first, but or maybe if I get a couple of boxes, I can make like a little staircase, and I can get up there. Because I was just thinking, I can't really see anywhere where I could input any of the information I found, like this formula, or or this year that I found. I initially thought it might be a time. Instead of it being like 1984, it was like, you know, some amount of time past 7 o'clock in the evening. But then I realised, of course, you couldn't put an 8 in the place of the third digit, because the third digit would have to be the number of like the tens column for the minutes, rather than anything else. You could do it if it was like the second units column of the hour, or the units columns of the minute, but you couldn't do it if it was the tens column of either. Okay. Let's see how well I forget that you've got to let go of these things before you move them. Yay! We have achieved it. We have snuck, and we have reached this spooky pooky place. Let's just do some more reading. I finally managed to reach this floor. The slats that protruded from the wall allow me to climb up here after I stacked a few tables together. Why aren't they still there then? Just as I thought, someone has been here before me. I wonder why they covered the stairwell, to prevent somebody from climbing up. I wonder why. They probably did it. They probably did this drawing on the wall too. It seems to relate to the clock. I think it is a clue to unlock something. Things are getting stranger the longer I stay here. There must be a way to open the big door. There has to be. I hope. Okay. So how does this work then? So the clock is connected to something electrical, and then when a switch goes up, I can see through a window. Okay, that wasn't quite as informative as I hoped it would be. I can't interact with this at all, can I? Okay. So judging from the arrows, the starting point appears to be the clock. So I have to find the correct time to put on the clock, and then that will set some sort of process going. I don't know what it has to do with the windows, though. What purpose would the windows serve? Could I climb it? Could I climb through the windows? Or see through the windows? Like, see a clue? Even if I can't use a clue? Well, here's a switch, which isn't going to work currently because the wrong time is set on the clock. So there's nothing hidden, it would seem. So that answers where the switch is. So it's to get the clock working, then flip the switch, and then that'll allow me to do something regarding the windows. Possibly the windows of the church? I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't quite get how this all comes together yet. But, that's helped a little bit, but not very much. In terms of I'm not really sure where to go from here. It definitely is 1984. But that surely can't be a time. How the hell could I put a time of 1984 into a clock? I thought the clock was the starting point, not the ending point. Okay. I'm not convinced I see how that helps the situation. So I was wandering around for ages and I couldn't find any times anywhere. So I've put the switch up and now it says I need to look out a window? Is there like something different out of one of the windows that I can now see? From one of the windows that will give me a clue about something? I don't know. Let me first examine the clock on here, the little clock. Is this now turning on its own? No. Am I still able to interact with this as before? Oh. Okay. Hooray for randomly pressing buttons because you don't understand the instructions. Okay, well we fixed the town clock, I'm sure they'll all be very happy about that, and now we can get some spiritual enlightenment and some very freaky carpets. Oh, for goodness sake. Oh, I see, it's that window you want me to go out of. Yeah, it's alright, I can figure this one out on my own way. Oh goodness, maybe I can't. What does it say? The clock mechanism opened the door to the building, but there's nothing in here except another enigma, another machine, and another note. Is this some kind of sick game? What twisted person built this place? It seems like the note is related to this altar. Maybe if I can solve this puzzle too, it'll give me access to another building. Maybe at the end I will open the village door. Oh, okay. So, where are the buttons? Because it seems like there's buttons on this, perhaps? I feel like there's a panel here that could be opened somehow. The hell is that? Oh, okay, that's an interesting starting point. So there's squares, and that equals 0, like off, and then there's triangles, those equal 1, like on. I think, yeah, that's probably the back. I think that is this panel here. Because if you look, there's like a slight indentation here. So I'm convinced this is just a movable panel. So if I can make that panel go down, perhaps through activating it with the switch, I can then interact with this and somehow reset something. Okay, no, I think that's what the middle button does. So maybe the buttons across the four buttons across the top can either be 0s or 1s. And then I can press OK. I have seen a 4-digit clue, and that's the 1984 thing. So I'm going to guess that is perhaps what I need to input on this, because that's the first sort of 4-digit thing I've found. So let me see if I can sneak up here. And then I can't get out of the window. This is a... Ooh. Oh, it wasn't that switch. It was another switch. How does one do this? Oh, you are yanking on my chain, aren't you? Remind me what the, I don't know what I have to do here. I do, friend. Okay, so the square is 0 and the triangle is 1. So that tells me the direction the sequence is going. So that's 0, that's 1. So then, they're all 1 now. So then that's 2, 3, 4. And that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm a smarty pants. I figured that out all by myself. Hooray for the joys of maths. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Okay, we have now got access to the shed, which will be nice because it seems to be the only building with any air conditioning in this place. So what do we have in here? A big bottle and a big note. And a fuse box. I'd almost forgotten this was an indie game. Just as I feared, puzzle after puzzle, enigma after enigma. But this time, there are no clues. I'm only doing this in the vain hope that I'll end up and I'll be able to escape. That's what I want, isn't it? I know it is, but for some reason, when I think about leaving this place, I'm overwhelmed with fear? Sadness? I should be overjoyed at the prospect of seeing my family again, but this place is getting to me. I have to get out soon. Yes, I agree. This place seems to be sort of sucking the life out of you, as it were. This is going to be to do with a formula, isn't it? Can I open this somehow? Here we are. So there's a switch. And I can either... Okay, so it seems I can't switch this up or down. Was that red light on before? I think I have to pull these levers into the correct positions. Yes. So it can either be up or down in each of these. Okay. Nothing happens. Yes, of course. Of course, of course, of course, of course. Could this relate to the formula? Let me look at the formula again. I feel like the formula is a bit more complicated than this. I feel like the formula would involve a bit more than that, because it's got R's and F's and N's and L's and P's and E's and I's and L's and C's in it. I feel like that's a bit more complicated. This is surely more just like an up, down type thing. This seems a bit more than the formula. And I feel like maybe the formula would come in a later building, perhaps. I mean, it's only 4 digits, so, you know. Worst comes to the worst, it can be done through trial and error, but I'd rather not do it that way. I'd much rather figure this out properly. I'm just not sure what the sequence is going to be, because there must be a sequence of up, down, up, down. So that is supposed to help me somehow, but surely that wouldn't be the case. Also, what's the point of... Oh, the point of this was to... The point of this was to glitch through the wall. The point of this was to get access to that. I can't see anything in here, does it? Because a lot of these puzzles like to pose themselves in a sort of a visual way, by like, yeah, there's your formula again. It seems too complicated to be defined by a couple of switches. A lot of these puzzles are very visual in the sense that they'll put you in a location where you can see things from a specific angle, or just look at a specific part of your environment, which means you can find the solution. In fact, I have yet to work it out. There really is no clue to this one, is there? There really is no extra information here that can help me. Because I definitely cannot interact with this switch anymore. Because I think what that switch did is it's like feeding power to this cable, which made this red thing now activate. I just don't know what the sequence for this is going to be. So there must be a sequence. They've only got 2 each. So, oh, well, it would appear that's the sequence. Oh well, I don't know how you were supposed to work that out. Maybe you are supposed to travel there. I don't know. But we seem to be about ready to skedaddle. I just have a bad feeling we're going to get to the end of this bridge and it's just going to be another town. Well, it says loading, and if that was the end of the game, it wouldn't be loading, it would just finish. Yes, okay. So, friend! Hi! Hello. Are you one of my predecessors? One of my precursors? One of the other tourists to this lovely place? Is anybody else here? I don't know, but I really wish they'd give me some earmuffs, because that's a very loud noise. Thank you, I appreciate you turning it down. Oh, finally, something with a bit of frickin' colour! Well, I mean, it does have colour. It's sort of grey. Do you know what this particular little area here reminds me of, actually, with the massive concrete slabs and the dead trees and things? And I love the music as well. It reminds me quite a lot of Fallout 3 for some reason. I don't know why, but it does. Okay, I'm glad there's more, because I'm rather enjoying this so far. I need a key to open this door. Yes, I absolutely do. We always do. As I've said many a time before, it's actually becoming a catchphrase. It wouldn't be an indie horror game if we didn't need a key. Okay, let me also investigate this shed. So we have here. There's a barrel. I could use that to stand on something if necessary. Anything on these little shelves? Ooh, there is something leaking on the shelves. Let's see if I can pick it up or not. Right, we have a key. A golden key. I was a fool thinking that it would be that easy to escape this damned place. The only thing I've managed to find is another dead end. The mansion. It looks very similar to... No, it can't be. It just can't. It must just be my mind playing tricks on me. I just knocked on the door, but no one has answered it. Maybe it is another empty building. I can't shake this feeling of familiarity, though. I may be able to find a way through the back door, since the walls are too high for me to climb or jump over. There is something about this place that is getting under my skin. It feels like a warning. Perhaps I shouldn't enter. What else is there for me to do? But catapult yourself to the side of the bridge? Or screaming goodnight Vienna? I don't know. I don't think we have many other options, mates. Can't go forward, can't go back. Okie dokie, right. Let us go through here and see what we find. Ooh. Nice. So we're going to change out from like an external environment to an internal environment? Cool. I see there is still no hope. And something is still alive, but we don't know what. I didn't think to write that down. I feel like there's a doorway here, but it's being blocked off. We can't quite spy it. There's the formula again. See, if this were a clue to a puzzle, I would expect it to be in one place, not in both. Unless they're, like, showing it to you multiple times to make you realise this is important, take a frickin' picture of it. But, let's see. I don't know if I'm going mad. It wouldn't surprise me given how long I've been here. I think I saw someone going down to the basement, but when I checked, there was nobody there. Maybe this suffocating, choking fog is making me see things. After all, there is no place to hide in here. And I am sure nothing left. I would have noticed. What's going on? It's strange to think that I would have been relieved to find somebody here. I'm not sure I would have, mate. Okay, again, I feel like this is a movable panel. Maybe this is like the bottom of a big chimney pipe or something. One never knows. Excuse me. I do apologize. Yeah, I was just thinking, either I need to stand on these boxes somewhere or they're hiding something. A secret passageway. Alright. I like that it's using nice sort of simple staples of puzzles, like secret passageways and hidden switches and clocks and like switch puzzles and things like that. It's not using any like wacky, bizarre... Okay, now we've had a bit of an Indiana Jones situation because I'm trapped in here. Oh, this is open. Yeah, it's using like staples of puzzles rather than like bizarre, confusing, newfangled puzzles. Oh no, it's alright, I should be able to open this. Well, this is a pickle of lilies, but it's alright. Because it's a staple, I know how to solve this problem. Right? What we need is a few boxes. Jam the door open. And I'm sorry, you want to roll that one by me again, sister? Yeah, I can slip the chair in there as well. Yep, there we are. Perfect. Or maybe I could. No, I don't think I'll be able to. I was thinking I could maybe like flip the switch and then run through again, but I don't think that'll work. Okay, how much are you using this one? See, this is why I like it when they use sort of old-fashioned puzzles, because it means I've already solved them at some point in my life, which means I know the solution, which means I don't need to stand around trying to figure them out. Okie dokie, we have got into the next room, and what do we find? Oh no, cogs. Another staple, cog puzzles. Oh gosh. You gotta love cog puzzles. Oh dear, so I need the cogs in the correct setup, so that when I pull this switch, it works. It doesn't work. Yeah, I figured that much out on my own, mate. Okay. Right-ho. Oh, okay, this isn't two cogs, this is one big cog. Okay, then. I'm going to put that one on there. Because a lot of this you can do through, like, sort of spatial rules. Or if they just specifically click to one spot and not to anywhere else, then yeah, that works as well, I suppose. Or maybe not. Maybe I've done this wrong, actually, because we've only got 3 cogs, but there's 4 spots where they could go. So let me take that off for a second. Could I put this? Come here. Could I put this? No, that isn't going to work, is it? That's not going to work in a million years. That one there. Maybe the little dinky one on there. Don't think this is going to work, Phil. Oh dear. No, that definitely won't work. If I try and press it now, will at least some of it move? No, because it would be, because if like this is the first one, it would be good to know if that one turned, that I could see whether this one was close enough. Obviously, this one in particular isn't close enough, but it would like be useful to see if like part of the system works before trying to make the whole thing work. Is what I'm trying to it's what I'm trying to get across. Okay. I feel like this would be useful, but I mean that only tells me that something must go there. So one of these cogs must go on there. So that one isn't big enough to touch the one at the top. Is this one? Also, this is the only one which is like, it's got like got a depth of 1. The others have all got like they've got a cog on the top and on the bottom, which means they can interact on like multiple levels. This is the only one that's gonna fit there, isn't it? Yeah. I don't guess if I do that, it's going to work, is it? No, okay. So that must be the starting point, then. It must be the starting point. But then, where do I go from here? Because that's clearly showing that a cog interacts with them. But then again, these cogs look to be... I mean, that one's like a tiny bit bigger than that one. But then this one looks massively bigger than that one. And this is on like a different elevation, or like a different rotation perhaps, and I'm not actually looking at the upper left corner. I'm actually looking at a different corner, like that one perhaps. I don't know. Because if I do that, if I put that in... If I put that in... That one won't go in there. It'll go there. But I'm not convinced that's much use to anybody. That would definitely work, because that little one will interact with that one now. See, this part looks correct. Unless that will go there. Oh, there we go. Oh, for goodness sake, that clearly works. Come on. That's clearly the correct solution, my friend. This is very mysterious. There's not another cog somewhere, is there? I feel like that might be the solution. Like a hidden cog, perhaps? A sneaky one? Secreted somewhere? Under a board, perhaps? I don't know. Let me just move this out of the... Get out of the way. Can I move these bookcases or anything? Nothing under the desk. Can I open this again? Yes, I can. I'll just poke around once more. I mean, I'd have to open blind as a bat not to see it the first time. If it was there. No, I can't see anything. Most... Oh, for goodness sake. Great, I gotta go through that song and dance again. Most mysterious indeed. Let me pop outside again for an instant. Just have a quick look for a cog. Give me a minute, I shall poke around for a cog and if I can't find one, I'll carry on trying the puzzle. See if I can figure out what's going on there. Got to be... Use this barrel either. I feel like the barrel must be useful. I feel like maybe the barrel is used for picking up the key actually. And suddenly, as if by magic, there is another cog. Okay, I went outside, I wandered around, I couldn't find anything, I came back, I realised this door had shut itself, I went back to reset it all so we could get access to this room again, and suddenly there's another cog here. Okay, let me just try I don't think this is going to work. Surely that's not going to work. No, I didn't think so. That's not at all correct. I think this one needs to come out of its spot. I think these two need to switch places. There we go. And pop this one in here. There we are. That looks like a bit better. Because now it kind of joins up. Yay! We managed it! The violinists has remained as highly strung as they were before. Good for them. Right. Okay then, right. I don't quite get that. Was I just supposed to leave and come back? Or was it a glitch? Was there always supposed to be all the cogs you needed there? And just for some reason the first time it didn't spawn? I don't know. A little bit of a mystery there. But we've solved the puzzle. That's what matters. And now we can enter into this infinite void of darkness. Into the third environment, it would seem. I like that it's changing up the environments quite a lot. Sometimes in a village, sometimes in a basement, now we're inside of a building. Each time it's a little bit different, which is really important in a puzzle game because you need a lot of variety or else things get boring very quickly. The air is stale in here. There is a smell of something burning. Yeah, I get the distinct impression we've wandered into a crack den, but this is far too clean to be, well, maybe it's not far too clean to be correct. Oh dear. Right, this is all quite modern. This is a lot more modern than I would have expected. It seemed like all of the technology so far has been quite simple. Okay, there's a 3 here. I don't know why, but I'm going to write the number 3 down. It doesn't seem to have any kind of ordering with it. In terms of like whether it's the first digit or the second digit or the third digit or whatever in a sequence. So goodness. These creaky doors are really creaky, aren't they? I don't know if they're as loud for you as they are for me, but they're really burrowing into my ear. I don't know how this can be possible. This house, this bloody house, is exactly the same as mine. Everything is identical, even this room where I used to sit on the couch and read to unwind. I would have said it was really my house if it wasn't for the rundown state. It looks like it were abandoned and left to its own luck a long time ago, maybe even a century. It cannot be the same house. This is getting stranger and stranger as I go. I can't help but feel like Alice going further and further down the rabbit hole. Ah, I see you are a literary type, as opposed to me, that is lucky if he can read his own shopping list. Okay then, so we're in the home of one of the previous people that have been through here. So presumably this is my home then. Presumably this is the home of somebody else. So why was he different to me? Why did he get his own home and I didn't? Complaining about housing market inequalities. Or something. Okay, so it looks like we can access the next level. And there's access to the basement here, presumably a different part of the basement, so the bit that we were able to access before. Be careful. I was going to say, you trying to tell me there's something spooky around the corner? I feel like there might be. I might just go hide behind a cupboard, frankly. Why am I slowly moving? I feel like I'm slowly moving backwards for some bizarre reason. I don't know why. Okie dokie. I didn't realise there were going to be like enemies and stealth in the game. Very exciting. Okay, where's he going to go? I don't like that noise. Has he found me? Has he smelled me? Hopefully not. He doesn't seem to have a nose. I think okay, I'm going the wrong way. Can I shut this door behind me? Yes, I can also. This is getting seriously loud. Okay, like, I'm sorry. I'm just going to take a second and turn the volume down because this has got to be too loud for us all. Oh dear. Okay, right. I screwed that up royally, but never mind. It doesn't matter. I ain't gonna go this way that time. I ain't gonna go that way this time. I mean, I'm gonna go a different way. I'm gonna go up to the second floor and see what we can find here. Oh, that little mark is there. Most mysterious. Do I need something to get through here? Like a crowbar or a hammer or something? Before I'm able to access this. Ah, this is presumably where I keep all of my money. And my nuclear button. Oh, okay. So there's room for a 3-digit code here. Over here, yes. Just shut that door behind me, because I can still hear that monster breathing. And I don't particularly wish him to be breathing down my lug holes. I don't guess you wrote down the combination to your safe, do you? In my office, this room is an office full of paperwork and bills. Here, there is nothing at all, as empty as the rest of the house, if not for this safe. I wonder if there is something inside. I know it's odd, but I feel like something is important here. And what is even stranger is that I feel like I put it in there myself. That's absurd. I should see if I can find the code. Yes, indeed. Okay. So, where's the lampshade gone? Why has it been removed so shoddily? I have many questions and many hiccups, and I apologise for all of them. Friend, you here? Yes, you are. Goodness, I didn't actually think it was going to be. Oh, goodness, I've mucked it all up again. He's kind of adorable in a terrifying and horrific way. Okay, I'm gonna go back this way this time. See if I can get through here before he sees me. Okay, I'm dead, aren't we all? In the very long run, as a funny economist once said. There's something else here. I don't know what it is, but it isn't human. It is a hideous creature without eyes and its jaw torn apart. It's horrible, just horrible, worse than the darkest nightmares possible. Its skin is all burnt to ash. Yes, it's my mother-in-law, but we'll leave that to one side. I'm scared. I just want to go back home now. I don't know how I ended up here. I never wanted any of this. It cannot be real. None of this can be real. Well, everything's only as real as you make it, friend. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Right, it doesn't seem like there's actually anything of any use in here. I stand corrected. There is something very useful in here. It strikes me also, I found that 3 in the bathroom, didn't I? I'm guessing 3 is probably one of the numbers to the... What the hell is that? I have no idea. It's a key? You could have fooled me. It looks more like one of the weird things used to bleed a radiator. Right. I'm not going to complain about the lack of WD-40 on the hinges. I'm just going to... Okay, so I haven't got the key for that door, but maybe I've just found the key for a different door. Possibly one on the second or third floors. Okay, I can't see friend. Can't seem to open any of these. So I guess that means I've got to head up to the second floor, even though I'm pretty sure that's where friend is. I don't see him. Through here? Nope. Through here? Nope. Through here? Potentially. Okay, and another bathroom. This one with the number 5 on it. Maybe the floors of the ordering? Like the first floor is like the first number, the second floor is the second number, the third floor is the third number. It's just a theory, but it's the best I can offer at the moment. Let me get through here. This is locked. This is locked, and bizarrely the key doesn't work on any of them. You think it'd work on something by now. And a 9. Yeah, so I'm going to roll with the assumption that the code is 359 for the time being, because that's the sort of chronological order that they've been presented in. There's nothing else on this floor. There's not even friend. Is friend waiting in here? No. I'm glad about that. Okay. Let's try 359. No, 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 it's not 359. It's well, what the hell is it then? The numbers don't change each time you die, do they? So it's not like the numbers, like the number in the first one is reset and I've got to go back and check it. Because it's become something else now. They wouldn't do that with that. But he's still a 3. What's with all the spooky noises? As if, oh gosh. As if he's found me. That's probably because he has Phil, you great dinkus. Oh, I can sprint. Sort of. Oh, maybe I can go through the basement. Maybe that's where the key goes. Yay. What? But I've got a frickin' key, you blasted oaf. Oh, it strikes me there was a door here I didn't try. No, this one doesn't work either. So if the number is 359 then what else could it be? Let me try 395. See, I don't know how to sort of activate it. How to say, like, you know, go on the thing. Okay then, let me try a bit of trial and error on this. It was 35953. Hi friend. Please stop being such a pain in my backside and leave me the hell alone. So why is it in descending order? Why isn't it in ascending order? Hey, whatever floats your boat. Yeah, I don't get why it's in that order. It makes no sense to me. I don't quite get that, but never mind. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe there was a clue somewhere. Something in one of the notes, perhaps. Or similar. It would have given me a clue, but never mind. It doesn't matter. The rationale doesn't matter. It's the results. Let's go back in here. And oh, there it is. Sorry, I thought it was the front of the safe that was opened. Oh, okay. So I also needed the didgeridoo from the other room. Okay, that explains what that was all about then. It does make sense that it didn't look like a normal key, so I guess it would make sense it doesn't open a normal door. It was all your fault. You weren't there when they needed you. You only cared about your discovery, and now they're gone. It's all your fault. You deserve a punishment, and a punishment is what you shall have for all eternity. This does strike me as a type of purgatory, almost. Like a sort of eternal damnation. By constantly running into this bloke. There's not really anywhere I can give him the runaround. I suppose this is my best chance. I like him. He's cute and he works hard. So, you know. What's not to love? Right, can I get through here now? Yeah. Can I shut this behind me? Probably not, no. Let's run through here then. And shut the door behind me before he follows. I'm guessing the door was meant to be open and that was supposed to show him at the base of the ladder, but it didn't because I'd already shut it because I'm tidy. This is amazing. I haven't had time of my life playing this game. An old boiler. It seems the gas pipe is broken. Luckily, there is no gas escaping. Okay, so can I find something to mend the gas pipe and then get the pipe working, get the boiler going again? I can't seem to directly interact with that. Maybe I need to find the item first. Yes, I don't think I can interact with any of this yet. So, do I need to get... I presume I need to get the boiler going, like make it work. No, where is this key gonna go? Because there's no other doors down here, are there? Or can I go up? Can I go back up the stack? Back up the ladder? Yes, I think I can. So I really have no idea what that cutscene was supposed to be showing me. Okay then. So let me wander around for a moment and see if I can figure out where this key goes. So I reckon this is going to give me access to it. Well, that answers that question. I suppose this will give me access to some sort of tool or device which I can use in order to... bit weird. And again, massive, massive Sierra Madre vibes. The courtyard, the dead trees, the holes in the walls. Fascinating. Okay, can I activate this at all? I feel like this might be a boiler. You know, I could put like some wood in it and get a fire going. Like get it working. I don't know. I say these squeaks. I'm going to hear these squeaks in my nightmares. This old music box belonged to my wife. She inherited it from her father, who got it from his father. It is an old family heirloom. She told me that his melody reminded her of happier times in her childhood. But one day, while it was playing, it just stopped. It didn't work after that. She tried to find an expert to fix it, but it was too old. The mechanism was obsolete, and there were no spare parts. When I met her, she told me the story of the music box. I can still remember the sadness in her eyes when she was telling me about it, and I couldn't help but offer to try my best to make the music box work again. She told me that if I managed to fix it, she'd go on a date with me. Needless to say, I spent countless hours trying to make it sound again, and I managed to get it working once more. And as she promised, we went on a date. But the clearest memory was her pure joy and happiness when she heard the music box playing again. I could see it wasn't just a music box to her, it was much more. Her relatives, her childhood, her life. It is impossible that this box is here. Is it just a dream? Is it a nightmare? Goodness. I really do feel like we're wandering through somebody else's purgatory. But I don't know why. Why am I walking through somebody else's story? Somebody else's history and family and past deeds? Not to be self-censored, but, you know, I am the protagonist of the game. Why is none of this to do with me? I'm a little confused. I feel if I get those boxes, I can use them to jump up on there, and then maybe jump on there, and then that'll give me access to the second floor, perhaps. It's just a theory, but it might work. Yeah, let's use this box. Because I don't think so far we've ever had a room that's been completely empty, or like completely useless. There's always been something in a room to help you. You just need to figure out what it is, because it might be something a little less obvious than like being a key or something. So let's have a wander around here and see what we can find. Oh. Okay, it would appear we have found some sort of a library. What's that? Ah, key. Excellent. Marvellous. I was just thinking, I want to look at the room a bit better, but I also want to keep an eye on these bookshelves, because these seem like the ideal place to secrete something. Okay, good. So yeah, this is definitely a little library. With a very, very, very bizarre light fixture, and an even more bizarre piano. but let's see what we've got going here. When we arrived, this library was the best preserved room. It even had some books from the previous owner. Almost all of them had something to do with astronomy or ancient civilizations. Very interesting books indeed. This is my favourite room of the house, but this instrument, some sort of primitive piano, was never here. It was never in this house at all. It feels like another trial, another diabolical test. If this nightmare house is true to the real one, there should be doors leading to the backyard to the exit. From what I see, there is a mechanism linking the doors to this piano. If I can activate it, I may be able to escape from the horrible creature that is following me and get out of here at last. Somehow, I am afraid of what I'll find here. I just want to wake up. I just want to go home. I thought you were at home. Okay, so... we... we can peek inside to a minute degree, but we can peek inside. Okay, so I need to figure out the correct ordering of this piano playing to make it work. So, being completely tone deaf, this is going to go swimmingly. Alright. I don't know what notes to play, yes. If there were a piano score or something similar... Oh no, not sheet music. I can't read sheet music, okay? I can barely even read the vocal bits of sheet music, let alone the bits for the piano. Oh dear. This may employ skills I don't have. Okay, right. Let me go back into this area, because there was somewhere here, there was a... Oh gosh, you followed me. Somewhere around about here, there was a door that needed a key. At the time I didn't have one, but now I do. I should make use of that. Through here, perhaps? No. Big armored freak. There we are. This used up my key. Okay. Is this going to have the piano information on it? My wife hates this house. She always says there is something dark about it, and to be honest, I don't much like it either. The weirdest thing is, I can't remember what drew me to this old mansion. I simply cannot bring back that memory. I know it's there, but trying to draw it out scares me about what I might find. Nothing here seems to be real. It is like a cold, empty place, filled with fragments of my memories. I must be dreaming. If that is the case, why can't I wake up? Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, no one's quite figured out the physics of lucid dreaming yet, my friend, so I wouldn't be too worried. Okay, so this would appear to... Oh, yeah, I was going to say, this would appear to be the first sort of useless room, but no, my initial theory was correct. There's no such thing as a useless room in this place. So, friend? No, good, friend isn't here. I'm inordinately grateful for that. Oh, I haven't been in here before. This is the most colourful place we've seen in this entire world. So, people worshipping a very cross sun, a little doggy. What does that say? If you don't know what this is, then don't worry. But if you do, then, oh boy. A blast from the past. Oh dear. I don't think this kid had a very happy family dynamic. Probably because he probably. Why the hell was he given things like this? Oh gosh, looks like something out of Doom crossed with something out of Mario. Crossed with something you pull out of your shower drain. See, this looks happy. Why are things so happy here, but then so miserable here? Oh, I've just realised this isn't miserable. I mean, it is miserable, but it's not miserable in the sense that I thought it was. I thought it was the mother strangling the child for some bizarre reason, but it's not. I think it's the mother and the son are trapped in a fire. I think that's what's happened. Maybe the dad works in a lighthouse, perhaps? I don't know. Let's read this and see what happens. This room is identical to my son's. Even the plush toy is exactly the same. The only things that don't match are these drawings. He'd never draw something so sinister, or would he? Since we moved to this house, he began suffering from terrible recurring nightmares until he simply refused to sleep at night. When he used to cry in the middle of the night and wake us up, he'd always tell us the same thing after we got him to calm down. Mom, Dad, the bad son won't let me sleep. The son doesn't want to be alone anymore. It doesn't make any sense, of course, but it still sends a chill down my spine every time I remember him saying it. It's like there is some truth in his words. that I already know but chose to forget. Is this place linked with his nightmares? Am I? Okay, I think your son was becoming a vampire. If I had to... What is this feeling? I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine, friend. I'm bringing this with me, am I? Oh, alright. Perhaps you'd best stay here, my adorable small friend, for the time being, until we figure out what in the name of all hell is going on in this place. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Interestingly, I can pick this up, but I can't pick any of the others up. I've got this little sort of Fallout 4 dog meat here. I don't know what this is all about, because I can't interact with any of the other toys. I can just interact with these two. Interesting. So we've got like, lots of components. I don't know how they all come together, though. We've got the things in the child's bedroom. We've got this piano score. How many buttons, how many keys are on the piano? Remind me. 6. Maybe... well, that answers that question then, doesn't it? So presumably this means the 2nd key, then the 6th key, then the 5th key, then the 4th key. Okay, we're going to hear Phil produce some music for the first time in his life. Oh dear, this isn't going to sound pretty good. Well, it's not exactly Gershwin, but it gets the job done. Okay. So is there not a puzzle in the child's room, then? Perhaps not. I thought there would be some more to do in the child's bedroom. Maybe that's just there for a little bit of extra context and a little bit of extra mystery. Okie dokie then, it would appear we have reached the next stage. Let me have a quick look around and inevitably discover a new puzzle. Okay then, so we've reached the back end of the house then. There's a few more doors and there is another bridge. Can I get through this door? No, okay, so I can't get through either of these doors then. So my only remaining path is the bridge. I'm gonna have to use a very big jump to get across here. I don't stand a chance of getting across that. I'm just going to take this key, be very grateful as it's been stolen by a local magpie, and presumably if I go into one of these rooms I will find a... Of course not. Presumably I'll find some sort of mechanism that will make the bridge extend a little bit, and that will allow me to continue on my journey. Yay! Oh, okay, right. So, artificial extension of length. Not entirely sure I approve of that, but never mind. If this place is still being faithful to my reality, I remember the old tower should be at the other end of the bridge. I am starting to remember things now. I remember now that this was the tower, that it was this tower that brought me to this house. I think I was searching for something valuable hidden behind its walls. When I tried to remember what it was, my memories start to fog again. Just like the sky of this surreal dream. Part of me doesn't want to cross the bridge. Part of me doesn't want to remember. But the other part of me knows that I have to find out where this takes me. And knows that this is the only way to see my family again. I see. So, the father was on some sort of mission, some sort of quest to find something. And it strikes me that in the child's bedroom there was a picture of a tower with the father next to it and the sun underneath it. So maybe the sun, it's not actually the sun, it's a representation of what the father was searching for. Perhaps something demonic. Hence the whole link to purgatory and a platforming exercise all of a sudden. Okay, shockingly, none of that fell down. Little wooden fuse box here. And a little switch. Yay! I feel like it probably would have been easier just to construct a little bit more bridge than constructing this whole paraphernalia here. But, hey ho. Okay, we are ready to continue progressing. So yes, maybe it was something demonic that was like sleeping under in the sort of the mountain that the tower was built on top of. And then somehow it was being awoken through the perhaps excavations to find it, or possibly it was just that somebody was finally close enough that it could sort of reach out with its telepathic waves. I don't know. I'm theorizing wildly here with absolutely no evidence to support any of my suppositions, but it'll be very interesting to find out. Oh, this is one of those games where you walk faster by going diagonally. It's been a long time since I played one of those. Yeah, you can sort of sprint along a little bit if you walk diagonally. Seemingly not in this diagonal, but yes, this diagonal. How bizarre. Right, doesn't seem like there's anything here, along here. No, okay. So let's trot on up this ramp, up this staircase, and see what we can find at the top. Well, a tower, obviously, but specifically some answers to the mystery and another puzzle, it would seem. Goodness. Big tower. Okay, what do we have here? It looks like the map of a maze. I'm guessing these scratches are like obscuring part of it. But these marks don't allow me to see the way with complete clarity. Yes, I agree. Let us create a little record of that, so that we can refer to that if and when necessary. Okay, I'm guessing the maze is through here. I am curious what's down this way, though. I feel like maybe an entrance? No, surely not an entrance, otherwise what would the purpose of the maze be? I feel like the entrance is probably on this side here, and if you get to the other end of the maze, that's where you that's like the reward of the maze. You find the entrance to the tower. So this was a great big waste of everybody's time. I am so sorry. I apologise. I really do. I really do. Okay, let me go around the front again, and we'll have a go at this maze. Okie dokie. Where am I entering from? I have no idea. I mean, the map is pointing this way, so I'm guessing it's this way. So going left doesn't help at all. Let's go this way. Remember what? The map? I don't need to remember it, mate. I have a technological solution to help me with this. To be honest with you, this map is confusing me more than the maze itself is. I might leave the map for the time being, unless it's going to play some kind of trick on me, where like if I go the wrong way, it's like randomizes my position or changes the maze behind me. But I don't think it's going to do anything quite as advanced as that. This is probably just going to be a relatively standard maze, given that all of the other puzzles have also been relatively standard. But it seems like there's a handful of dead ends. And it seems like each time the word remember appears, it's like I'm getting one layer deeper inside the maze. But perhaps not, since there's no word that says remember here. You must remember. Yes. Words remember are definitely, if nothing else, they are marking areas where I'm making positive progress. I reckon we must be nearly there. Yeah, we're very close, I reckon. I suspect this will be a dead end. Do you know who you are? Okay. Okay, this is going on a lot further than I was expecting. Is this the dead end, then? Is this like, actually, no, it's not going to be as easy as you think, Phil? Yes, indeed. Okay, so that answers that question, then. So I know I am going the correct direction. The question is which way I want to go. That looks like a dead end. I can't see another corridor there. So let's err on the side of going to this one. Which again, if this turns right at the end, which it does, this will lead us closer to the base of the tower. Yes, here we are. Excellent. Ah, and I can just go in. Marvellous, how kind of you. Okay, and then there's an elevator, which will presumably carry me up to the top of the tower, or possibly down into the deep basements, depending on which way it goes. Ah, now, I'm going to guess this one goes down to the basement, and that one goes up. Just a theory, but I'm rolling with that one. I remember that when I arrived here, this elevator was non-existent, and this hall was covered by tons of concrete. Maybe the previous owner of the mansion did it. No one actually knows much about him. Rumours had that he was a wealthy and powerful man that came with the same purpose as myself. He had a group of miners that he paid to drill through the mountain until they found what he was searching for. Weeks after, he ordered the construction of this tower on top of the dig site. Was it to hide what he discovered buried beneath? After the tower was finished, all of the workers disappeared without a trace. The event headlined in almost all the newspapers across the country. No one was able to locate the construction workers and miners. Dozens of families were left without answers. In the end, they tried to accuse the man of murder, but there was no evidence. After a few months, he disappeared too. How is it possible I can remember the story, but not what brought me here? Interesting. So I was correct. There is something underneath the mountain. Can I have this? There is definitely something underneath the mountain that people were searching for. Does this work? It doesn't work. That answers that question then, doesn't it? So does that mean I can't go up? I must go down instead. Okay. I feel like going down is the spooky bit, so perhaps we should do that anyway. Go down? Yes, I can. Spooky pooky. Let's see what we find. Interestingly, this is a very small elevator. It's not like a big cargo elevator that could be used for like bringing something back with you. It's relatively small. Almost as if you just wanted to go down and look at something. Or what if we was looking for was quite small. It wasn't, you know, a massive deposit of gold or something. But, I doubt it's going to be anything particularly pleasant. Love the sound effects. Sound effects are lovely, absolutely lovely. Very nice indeed. Very Rock Raiders, if I may say so. If I may make analogies to games that I love to bits, because I'm, to be honest, quite enjoying this one. He's proven to be quite a lot of fun. I always get a little bit scared when I read itch.io pages and they mention words like puzzles. But this one's actually been really nice, the way it's sort of structured its puzzles. The balance between story and gameplay, and I'm not convinced I should be going this way. I feel like I'm in another maze. This is a dead end. No, it's not. I was going to say maybe I should go the way which follows the lights. Then again, the lights appear to be present in both corridors, so maybe they lead to the same place. We have found a mysterious green door. We can head deeper into the mountain. Okay. So he wasn't, the sun wasn't dreaming about the sun, he was just dreaming about something which looked basically the same. Goodness, what the hell is this thing? I don't know, I'm clicking but I can't like progress. Oh dear. Well, it would appear the game has crashed slightly because I can't seem to progress off this screen. I feel like something is supposed to be happening, but no matter where I click, it doesn't go anywhere. So, unfortunately, that means I'm going to have to quit and load the game up again. But I don't know when I last saved, so it'll only be a moment for you, but it'll probably be quite a long time for me. But never mind. Give me a minute, I'll get us back there, and hopefully it will work a bit better this time. Let's see, how far is it going to put me back? Please don't put me back too far. Okay, here. Okay, that's not unreasonable. It's not unreasonable. Right, give us a minute. Okay. Sorry. Okay. I've got us back to where we were, and hopefully it will work properly this time. There we are. It didn't like zoom in before. There we are. The hell is that? A portal? The eye of a goddess? No one knows really. It looks very mechanical though, as if it's more of an invention than something otherworldly. But maybe it's like a portal? Mind you, it's round. Maybe it is a star. Maybe we're trying to harness the power of a star. I have no idea, sorry. Maybe I'm watching a bit too much Star Trek recently. What do we have here? Little bottles. Different substances. Is this what I was looking for? How could I have forgotten about such a thing? Rumours had it that the previous owner had found something immeasurably precious, and I was drawn here thanks to the urban gossip that all seemed to indicate it could have been gold or even diamonds. No one had the nerve to step in this place for decades after the miners disappeared. They were scared. They said that the mansion and tower were cursed. They talked about uncanny events such as strange noises, flashing, birds that died while flying over the tower. But thanks to the superstitions, I was able to buy the mansion at a rather low price. The same day I arrived at the house, I started to dig, and then I found this sphere. Without any doubt, this sphere is something that doesn't belong in this world. It defies the laws of physics. I tried to analyze its composition, but I'm not even able to scratch its surface. Whatever it is, it's tougher than diamond. It doesn't emit heat with its brightness, and no harmful radiation either, only a strong electromagnetic field. This thing gives me chills. I have to escape here as soon as possible. Goodness, very Star Trek. So there's some numbers and switches here. Something written there, but I can't quite see what it is. I feel like if ooh. Okay, so these are gonna have to come together somehow. I'm not quite sure how though. So it's like black is what, like, so each of these numbers represent a different thing, and I need to get it up to what, like 149 volts? Okay. So let me try putting one on and see what happens. Can I put it in like here? I don't quite understand how I'm supposed to do this. I don't quite get how the interactive bit works. Is it just in the wrong spot or something? No, it doesn't seem to want to sit in any of them. So where do these go then? If you would stop, if you would just stop with the thing that you're doing, young man. Thank you. There's another box here, as if there might be something on top of something which could be useful. I definitely cannot open this or this. But I reckon if I can get this power generator up to the correct voltage, it will then feed power through these cables, which will allow me to turn this switch and activate something to do with this. I've just got to figure out how the hell I get this thing working. Is it... Oh, I reckon these are numbers, aren't they? So it's like, which of these colour combinations, perhaps some, to give a specific number? So what combinations could I have that would give me 5? Like 1 and 4 maybe? Like black and green? Yeah, which is this one. Could this maybe go here? Maybe? If I could put it down. There we go. Okay. Then maybe blue and brown for 18. Yeah, here we are. That's good. I thought it was actually going to end up being 12 and 6, not 8 and 10, but yeah, something a bit weird does seem to happen when I bring certain ones of these over, so I'm hopeful this is going to work. What's the next number? 20. 20. Maybe 12 and 8 would probably be the only option. I think. Do we have purple and brown? No. What about this one? Brown, green, and blue. What would that be? That'd be 22. Be 22. 2 blues. 2 blues would be 20. Yeah, because they're 10 each. There we are. So that will work there. There we go. So then 2 reds and a yellow. What's that? 10. No. Yeah, 2 reds and a yellow would be 10. We don't want that one then. What about a blue, a yellow, and a red? A blue, a yellow, and a red. That would be 18. Yeah. Okay then. So that means this one goes to here then. If there we are. Can I now activate these switches? Okay. Yeah, I'm convinced these are correct. But how do I then interact with them? I don't know how to activate the machine or how to make it work. I don't know how to make it use the materials that I've found. I have been sat here for 20 minutes trying to figure this out. But no, what you needed to do, yes, it's alright mate, I figured that much out already. When you approach this switch, you can't immediately press it. You can only you can only flip the switch if you're standing in like quite a specific spot and you're looking at it in a rather specific way, which is probably just a small bug, but never mind. At least it means I've already worked out how all of this works. So I'm almost entirely definite that I know how this works. You just have to put these in the correct spots, and then you can flip the switches that then fix them into the correct positions. There we go. There we go. There we go. Sorry. It's... bugs. They make games far harder than developers ever intend them to be. Right, put the damn thing down. Thank you. Yay! We got the elevator working. Alright. I thought we really needed a special super psychic ball, or whatever the hell that thing is, in order to make an elevator work. Where I come from, you probably just get a mechanic, and they'll make the damn thing work. But never mind, it doesn't matter. We've got it all mended now, and everybody is happy. Right. I'm not going to let that annoy me, because under normal circumstances that would annoy me, but it's not the game's fault. That is just a small bug. I cannot possibly imagine that the developer made that intentional, that that'd be a tiny little hitbox that only appears when you're looking at it in exactly the right direction, because that would just be asinine and pointless. So, can I hear the rumblings of the tummy of my friend? I feel like he isn't far away. I'd also be more interested to... Yes, hi again, friend. Dear friend, kindly go away and leave me alone. I wouldn't mind finding out a little bit more about his story. Finding out, I mean, is he like the old man that they were talking about before, the previous homeowner? In some sort of zombified form? Is he one of the miners that somehow managed to survive and has been trapped here forever? I don't know. Many interesting questions. Okay, let's go to the next floor. Yay, it works. It's not really safety compliant because you can literally just fall out of this. But never mind. Let's not worry about safety compliance. Let's get on with the darn game, shall we? Okay, what have we got in here? Almost like another little maze, with many small buttons and not a lot of clarity. Alright, let's see what this note says, see if this can generate some clarity. I'd forgotten how empty this tower was. It feels as if it was built as a mere decoration. But why? To hide the discovery of what was found below? If that is the case, why did they decide to seal the excavation access point with tons of concrete before disappearing? He must have known something else. Maybe he found out something about the sphere that frightened him. I think I found it out too. I know that if I wanted to keep making my way up, I'll remember, but I'm not sure if I want to. I know that something horrible awaits me up there. I feel the pain taking control of me. I don't know why, but I can feel it. Okay. So, I can get to the next... Well, I can get up to that little table at the top. I can't get up to the next floor. At least not yet. It's just a little table here. And then I could potentially catapult myself out of the window if I've had about enough of all this. I'm not sure what purpose that would serve. Okay, let me first check. I don't think it's going to let me go up to the second floor until I've solved the puzzle here, is it? No. Okay, so that answers that question then. So that means I'm going to get this working somehow. Oh. Oh. I've screwed this up. I've already screwed it up and I've barely frickin' begun. Can I reset this somehow? Is that what this button does? Yay! Hooray! Okay, I need to be careful I don't screw this up, because it's going to be very easy to screw this up if I'm not careful. Okay, so talking like what I was saying before about this game working with staples of puzzles, it's operating in a very I don't want to push it that way. I want to push it one further first. Now I've got to be very careful about this. Yeah, it's doing another staple, moving something around on a smooth floor until it hits the correct spot. Very much a puzzle favoured by some of the older Lego games as well, which is always nice. Always like a nice throwback to one of them. Okie dokie. Let's see. Yeah, if I push it another one, then we can push around over that. Okay, so give me a minute. I should get this done because it's very exciting for you to watch. So yeah, we'll see what happens when I get it on top of that trap door. Probably it's a pressure plate, and the weight of this thing will push it down. All right, here we are. Just 2 more presses. And what does that reveal? Okay. Oh, I see. So the first layer had a key. Well, the first floor had a key. This one didn't, though. So in each of the floors, do I need to find a key so I can put it in here, which will sort of activate the system and allow me to travel up to the next floor? Oh, I see. That makes a lot more sense all of a sudden. Okay. So let us head up past the rafters and see what we find. Next floor. I'm curious if it's fall damage because I haven't actually fallen down far enough so far in order to discover that, but I'm curious of whether there is fall damage in this game. Okay, so again, we are looking for another key. Okie dokie, let us go on a little quest and see if we can find it. What have we got here? Looks a bit like another one of those wooden boxes that would have contained a switch, but I don't seem to be able to open it. So, well, there's a note here. There's something up there at the top of the We'll come back to that in a minute. What does this say? Why? Why do you keep climbing? Do you really think that you'll find answers up there? Why do you keep reading all of these notes? Remember. I'm starting to get the distinct impression that I don't know. I'm starting to get the distinct impression that we're playing a different kind of purgatory to what I originally thought. What I originally thought we were doing is we were experiencing almost somebody else's purgatory, because, you know, it was the writer of the notes whose house it was and whose story it was. But now I'm starting to think maybe I am the person that originally wrote these notes, and I'm sort of travelling through this again and again and again. And I'm like going through the discovery time and time again, and if only I could remember it the first time, I wouldn't need to keep going through this, and that would somehow allow me to escape. I don't know, it's just a theory, but I've seen that sort of mechanic used before. The first time I climbed up here, there was a note in this desk. It was written by the previous owner of the house, not long before he vanished, and it read like this. We have opened the Pandora's box, and evil itself is stared into our eyes. Now our souls belong to it. We will never be allowed to escape from it. I regret coming here. It's all my fault. Now everyone's gone, and I fear that I am next. I want to warn everyone who reads this. The entrance must be kept sealed. Do not open it under any circumstances. Whoever opens it enters through the gates of hell, and will be condemned to suffer the fate as mine. I read the note, but I didn't realise every word there was the truth. I decided to keep going, to proceed with the drilling. I thought that the man had fallen into madness simply because of the fate of the workers. I'm afraid that I soon realised my mistake. I don't want to remember the rest. So what does this do? This opens the box, which contains a button. Alright. Do I need to go and press that button before I go up here? I probably do, don't I? I guess we're going to find out whether the fall damage is a real thing in a minute. Let me guess, this is locked. Yes, it is, but there's a key and a note in there. So, oh gosh, I don't want to test if there's fall damage. I mean, I do want to test if there's fall damage, I just don't want to live with the ramifications of that test if it turns out the answer to my hypothesis is an affirmative one. Oh, I'll test it this much. There we go, I'll test it that much. That's enough for me. There we go, alright. What? Why is there a clock ticking? That means that if I don't get there soon enough, that door is going to shut again. Okay, that means I've got to rush. Again, another staple of these sorts of games. This is the wrong room, and now I've screwed up everything. I was thinking that seemed a hell of a lot easier than I was expecting it to be. Doesn't matter, I managed it anyway. Yes, okay, right, okay, so this is just a bit more forgiving than I was expecting to be. I'm not complaining, because I mucked that up royally. I remember it all now. All the swirling lost memories have cleared. Now I know there is no hope left for me. I know that I am never going to leave this place, that I'll never see my beloved family again. It is impossible. That I am nothing more than a vague memory of someone who doesn't exist anymore, trapped in the middle of nowhere. If I could, I would jump from the highest point of the tower and end this torment for good. But he will never allow me to do that. He won't let me die. I am his toy, his source of entertainment. I'm afraid this will last all eternity. Now I just want to forget everything. Perhaps you did. Perhaps he did forget everything. But he didn't escape. And he keeps being sent back to the beginning of this adventure. And each and every time he goes along, he discovers the same truths that he discovered the first time. And then by the end of it, with all the truths in his mind, he desires to forget again. So he does, and goes back to the beginning. And that ends up being an eternal purgatory loop. Perhaps that's the answer to all of this mystery. I don't know, but I reckon we'll find out when we get to the top. This should be the very last floor. It seems we have unravelled the vast majority of the mystery, so I reckon we are approaching conclusion. I better just stand back before my toes get chopped off. Oh dear, I have a bad feeling about this. Okay, this is all very advanced. This is all very Fallout, all of a sudden. Let's see what this note says before we muck around with any of the tech. Welcome. You haven't remembered a thing, have you? Yes, my dear reader, I am talking to you. You wanted to forget everything, even who you are. But in the end, nothing can change the fact that you are me. All this time, you thought there was someone here before you. Someone who wrote these notes. Someone else. All along, it was just you. You have been here for years, decades, even centuries, condemned to repeat this nightmare, over and over again, forgetting everything to ease the pain. But this time it has been different. This time you didn't remember until now, and that allowed you to keep going, to try and escape, because you thought it was possible. Because of that, you made it to the last floor. This time the weight of the memories hasn't stopped you. Maybe, just maybe, there's a chance for you to escape. But you have to remember. Goodness. Does the computer allow me to do that? Or by remembering, do you mean jump off a cliff? Oh. Gosh. Oh, gosh. That's not it. I mean, have I escaped? Have I finally gotten out of the madhouse? Literally. Oh gosh, I don't know which way I want to go. Do I just want to go straight ahead towards that big thing over there, or come across it? Oh no, not more puzzles! Not more puzzles! I can't stand any more puzzles! The hell does this do? I don't know. Okay, isn't the character dead now? Or is his disembodied spirit carrying on? Didn't have enough of the enigmas, decided to catch a few more. Okay, right. There's got to be some sort of solution to this. Let me have a look in here, see if I can figure out some clues that might help me work out what's going on in this place. Aha! A clue. Okay, so that's a map. That's a map of like the 4 different little towers. 4 little towers, like that one, that one, that one, and that one, and I've got to align them to have the correct symbols on them. I'm not sure how to interact with them yet, but if I can do that, perhaps that bridge piece there will twist, and then that will allow me to head forwards, perhaps. Okay, so this one I want to be a little triangle. So how do I do that? How do I interact with this and make this work? What is going on here? It's like I'm looking through it and I'm just seeing nothingness. So how do I make this correspond to this symbol? How the hell do I do that? Because I can't move this. Oh, yes, I can. Okay, there we are. Oh, I see. So that's what role the plinth in the middle plays. I need to move it so that it's looking at the correct symbol in each one. Okay. So this one needs to be a little sort of a square with its right-hand side missing. Still not entirely sure how you move this. Unless this one can't move. Oh no, it can. Oh, you just need to like click it like 50 bazillion times. Okay, so that didn't work then. So I can't face this one. Yeah, it's like when you get here, it gets stuck for a bit. It's incredibly irritating. This one is going to end up facing either that or that. So I need one of these to have the little C on it that I need to look at. So like this one, for example, I'd need this one to be facing almost in that direction, which wouldn't make any sense. I'm guessing it's going to end up facing this one. So this one also needs to be the little C. Or the little square with the side taken off it. So it's not looking at that one. It's definitely not looking at that. Because that is all triangles. So that is the only one that should look at that one then. Maybe this one should be looking at that, perhaps. This one needs to be looking at this symbol here. Yes, there we are. Okay, so now that one's pointed towards that symbol, which means this one is now pointed at the C, if indeed this is facing the correct direction, which I don't think it is currently. Is it? No, it's slightly off where it should be. So if I turn this around, there we go. There we are. Okay, that's cute. It was a little bit more complicated than I was expecting. They were like almost interdependent in the sense that depending on where one was facing, that dictated whether the other ones could face in the correct direction or not. Because as you moved this one around, that exposed certain symbols that were useful for the other ones. So that's an interesting little way of going around it, and a slightly unusual puzzle. I don't know whether that's just a staple I'm less familiar with, or whether that is something a little bit more inventive that they've made up themselves. I'm glad to see a return of the town centre clock, though. I would have been rather sad to see that left behind, so I'm glad that has returned. Right home. I'm also glad, just from a game design perspective, that that one, which is the first one you interact with, has an obvious answer, because that really helps. Because if you're confused right from the get-go, that can make puzzles extremely difficult to solve. But that one let you make a little bit of progress quite easily, which allowed you to get a grasping of what was actually going on, which is a very nice thing, and I very much appreciate that. Okay, is there anything off to the sides here? I highly doubt it. Nope, nothing to do but go inside this big door. That's what seems to be like an enormous church. Absolutely massive, like a big entrance to a tomb or something. Or some of the architecture in Skyrim, like in Windhelm. This reminds me quite strongly of that. I never did quite understand why it always seems so space inefficient to build things with enormously tall roofs. But never mind about me complaining about interior design. Let's try and figure out what the hell is going on here. So perhaps I was wrong. Maybe it's not the eye of a goddess. Maybe it's the eye of a demon. Maybe it's the eyes of a demon. Or am I just seeing things? At last! I was waiting for you. I'm terribly sorry to keep you waiting. You brought me to this nightmare? Why? It was you who came to me, desperate, alone, corrupted by guilt, and I saved your life. I didn't create this nightmare. It was you. Your feelings of guilt and despair created this place. That is why you are here. My guilt over what? Over the fact that I uncovered you in my excavation, and that somehow bled out into the world and caused suffering? What happened? Do you really want to know? Very well. One day, you came to the mansion with your family. It was in a terrible state, almost falling apart. Not a good place to live. Your family wasn't happy, but you insisted. They didn't know that it wasn't the building that brought you here. You were searching for me. You spent several days and nights in the tower. I was your obsession. You wanted to know what I was, what made me work. Nothing else existed to you. Until a day came when something terrible happened. Ah, the drawing of the fire. It was the dawn of a cloudy day. From the tower you saw smoke coming from your house. You ran desperately. You ran to your wife and son who were inside. But you couldn't have helped. It was too late already. A gas pipe had broken during the night. Oh, that's what that was. By the time the fire started, they were already dead. Gas asphyxiated them in their sleep. Your grief took control of you, and you spent months drowning in that guilt. Until one day, you decided to end everything. But in your dying breaths, I came to save you. But why? I didn't ask to be saved. I wanted to die. I wanted it all to be over. What the hell are you? What do you want from me? Is it getting brighter? Oh no, I click on the bloody thing. I am a traveller from a far-away world. Along with others, I was sent to travel the universe in search of knowledge. I arrived to this world eons ago, but I was trapped here, underground, until the day that somebody freed me. The previous owner of the mansion. Indeed. Years later, you arrived. When I witnessed your tragedy, I wanted to offer you a new reality, in which you could recover your family. Your mind was tormented by your guilt, and it created this nightmare time and time again. Until one day you did something I wasn't expecting. You decided to forget so you could progress, and that allowed you to finally meet me. I just want my family back. I know, but that isn't possible anymore. Your family died, and your body doesn't exist anymore. I don't want you to suffer, and because of that, I'll let you choose. There are 2 doors. If you take the one on the left, you will die, and you can finish what you've started, and you will rest in peace for eternity. If you choose the door to your right, you will have another chance, and you'll see your family if you want to. You'll just have to dream of it, and make it reality for you. The choice is yours. Oh. What is it about otherworldly beings and making difficult choices for people? Oh dear. Oh dear. I don't know. I'm trying not to think of what I want, I'm trying to think of what the player wants, right? On the one hand, the player has been tormented for a long time, and might want an end to their suffering, but then on the other hand, they want their family back. And the suffering almost has ended because I have forgotten all of the horrors. I've been reminded of them. Maybe the torment of that is over now. But then he said it wasn't possible for me to see my family. Perhaps it will just be a dream, another false reality, like this one. I don't think there's really any good choice. But, I suppose... at the end of the day we just have to make a choice and live with it. Regardless of the consequences. Regardless of that choice's meaning. Oh dear. Well, I did say regardless of the consequences, and I get the distinct impression the consequences aren't going to be very pleasant. Why am I here? I don't even know where here is. I didn't ask for this. I want to see my family. Oh no, where am I? It was all a lie. He didn't want to help me. He took all the miners and the owner of the mansion. Feeds off the mines. Now I'll never see my family again. He will never let me go. You restarting the game, trickery pudding trickster. Wow. Wow. Well, I think I got the bad ending. Not that the other choice I could have made would have been exactly sunshine and rainbows, but perhaps it would have been preferable. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. I would like to see the other one. Oh, the game was not originally in English. Oh, interesting. Yes, I would have liked to have seen the other ending, but of course, you know, I don't know how long it's taken to get through it, probably about an hour and a half or so. I don't have the time to go back and play through it again as much as I'd like to see the ending, but that was brilliant. I really enjoyed that. Both in terms of its story, its design, its environment, its pacing, and its puzzles. It all just came together really nicely, and it just sort of worked. Sure, it kind of used staples, but let's be honest, staples are staples for a reason. It's because they work, and it's because they're fun, and it's because people like them. So there's nothing wrong with using them. And this used a lot of core staples of less of storytelling, but definitely in the case of the puzzles, and it just built something really fun and really enjoyable. And the puzzles were nicely varied as well, which is really tricky to do in a longer game like this. It's really tricky to keep your puzzles varied, and to partner that with such a fascinating story that had the kind of a very traditional sort of core in terms of a man consumed by an objective, a lost family, driven into a purgatory. Then it built it up with so many other unusual little oddities, like this traveller. It's fascinating, really is fascinating, but that was brilliant. I really, really enjoyed that. That was absolutely fantastic. I hope you enjoyed it as well. Yeah. I don't know what else to say. That was brilliant, and I'm really glad that I played that, and I will keep an eye on this developer, because they've got a huge amount of potential. If they can make something this good, then I predict great things. So that was Nowhere, Lost Memories. So if you enjoyed it, I certainly did. Thank you very much for joining me. See you from ladies and gentlemen. Look after each other, and good night.